Good morning, friends. You join me on a very unusually cool day for a Portuguese summer, but I'm not complaining because this week I'm going to be finishing up the outside of the cabin. It's a bit of a nerve-wracking one because we need to treat all of this wood and it's going to completely change the colour of the cabin, which we could get it very wrong. Hopefully we'll get it right, but we both really like this colour, but unfortunately with the Portuguese sun, although this is treated wood, it will deteriorate quickly.
We bought tester pots just to make sure that we were going to be happy with the colour, but when we came to buy the paint, they'd totally run out of it in the shop. So on the fly, we did pick the closest next colour to it, but we've not done a tester, so we are really hoping that it's going to come out all right.
Final piece, and I'm so glad. Tongue and groove, when it's this tight and you can't really get the mallet over the top, is not fun. Please fit. Of course, right after I say that, I have the easiest one of all of them. That just went on so easily. And almost like she read my mind, Victoria's just messaged to say, lunch is ready. Right, I'll get some food and then we'll come and do the trim. So on both the front and the back, there's a gap currently at the top, and that's because there's just not enough room to get another full cladding board in there. What I could have done is got the table saw, I could have ripped this down to take this top piece off and got it to the right height we need to fill that gap, but that whole area, there's going to be trim going over the top of it, and I would go to all that effort to just cover it up. So what I've done instead is cut a load of smaller pieces from offcuts, fixed them to every other batten. That's then just making sure that when I put my piece of trim over and it covers that small gap at the top and the top of the next full row below it, they're the same depth and the piece of trim can sit flat. Go away. The horseflies drive me crazy. Anyway, for the trim at the top, what I'm going to do is take a piece of the cladding and flip it upside down. So now you can see here it's got like a nice bit of a shape to it. So rather than it just being a flat piece of trim, get this nice little piece come off. There'll be a nice little bit of a shadowed recess under here. Pretty simple, but I think it's going to work. I'm a bit distracted right now because there is a fire relatively nearby. You might have heard planes keep coming over. Here's another one. Remember how I said it wasn't quite as hot today? There's always more fires on days like this. Victoria and I have noticed over the years, and I'm 99.9% sure it's because people get a false sense of security. They seem to think things that are banned, or either there's an element of danger and they're weighing up the risk. They think, it's not too bad today, I'm sure I'll be able to get away with it. And something happens and it gets out of hand quickly, because the reality is the ground is still bone dry. The danger is still there, even because it's not as hot. There's so many more planes flying around, so it must be getting bigger. Summer is stressful. I'm taking you on a bit of a detour this morning because I need to pour a concrete pad for the aircon outdoor unit, the compressor. but it is hard work. This ground is so dry and rock solid, even after buckets of water going on it and trying to give it time to soak. It's really not made too much of a difference. Thankfully, I've not got to dig out too much. It's also made it much more difficult because it is scorchio today. I'm soaked through after that. Unfortunately, I've had to start a bit later today. The air quality was so bad this morning. We have been bombarded with smoke from the huge wildfires in Spain, just on the outskirts of Madrid. From what I've seen, most of central Portugal has been covered in it, but it's been very thick. This concrete shall be leaf-free. I'm putting in the rebar just to stop this from moving. It's in the exact position I want it. It's not to stop the form from bending. Some chunky old wood for a form, that'll be fine. Right, gravel. This poor camera is getting cooked. I just can't find anywhere to keep it in the shade, and as a bit of a defense mechanism, is that the word? Safety feature. It closes itself down when it's overheating just to try and stop it from cooking. I think what I'm gonna do is get some food and make some concrete, because if you can see, the shade is very close to covering us here. So hopefully by the time I've done all of that, the sun will have gone over enough and myself and the camera can be protected in the shade and all will be well. So change of plan, I've just pulled out 3 bags of cement. One is good. 2 of them, even though they've been stored inside, solid as a rock. Because I started late today, I haven't got time to go and get cement, get back and pour the slab. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave you here, but I will pick you back up again tomorrow and we will get pouring. Change of plan, guys. I managed to find some cement more locally, so it's 4:45. Let's see if I can get this done. I very nearly forgot a key ingredient, lubricant. So this is just vegetable oil. So I'm just gonna slather this all around the inside of the form, and then it should mean that tomorrow when I take the formwork off, it's just gonna pop off nice and easy. Yep. Oh, I really want some chips now. When you tell people that you have a YouTube channel and they see that there's quite a lot of people that tune in every week to watch your videos, I think people have this idea that there is some sort of, not glamour to it, but there's some higher level of production. And in our case, that could not be further from the truth. I'm just out here slogging away by myself with soaking wet underwear, having to put the camera in a cool bag with some frozen broccoli to just try and stop it from overheating. Not much glamour here.
After working flat out to get the cabin done, I think we could all do with a holiday. But travelling always comes with so much admin, especially now we've got Harrison. So I am all for anything that can simplify that process. Saley, who are the sponsor of this video, definitely falls into that category. They make affordable eSIMs, which is like a digital SIM card, for over 200 countries that are compatible with both iOS and Android devices. The beauty of a Saley eSIM is that you've then got the freedom to use data abroad, just like you would do if you were at home, without the fear of getting stung with huge roaming charges. All you need to do is download the Saley app, choose the data plan and the country you travel into, and enter our code LIFEBYLIVING at checkout, and it'll give you 15% off. You only have to download the app once, and then the next time you travel, you just pick a new destination and you'll be ready to roll. Saley also comes with additional safety features to keep you safe while you're online. So to get an exclusive 15% discount on Saley data plans, click our link in the description or download the Saley app and use our code LIFEBYLIVING at checkout.
So there we go, that's the pad poured and screeded, so now it's relatively level. I'm just gonna let the surface moisture evaporate a little bit and dry out. I'll clean everything down while that's happening, and then I'll come back and we'll clean up the surface and we'll use the edging trowel and make all the edges nice and curved. So some of you might remember I'd already built this, so this post was in there. This was all joined up with a nice handrail on top, but I put it in before doing the cladding, so it just made life easier to take this section off just so I could clad across rather than cladding to and cladding on the other side. But now I'm having to make good, cut everything back and get it on. Are you coming to crack the whip already? Normally you don't do that till the afternoon.
That's no use, is it? No, we just forgot something. We've been to the breakfast buffet and now we're coming back to our chalet. I need to get better organised. While we're splitting our time between the two places, I need to be a little bit more on the ball.
Yeah, we need to work out a bit of a new routine, don't we?
I think I just need a checklist. We have been discussing, Harrison and I, and we think, bit of a time saver, what about putting a slide in there, take a few of the little balustrade rails out, slide. Few months, he'll be up and down the ramp, slide, perfect.
Is this for Harrison or for you?
Well, it depends how wide you make it. I did make the comment, this is the chunkiest formwork you've ever made, I think.
It's about the same as what I did for the pad. For the ramp. It's just we've got loads of this leftover wood.
How's it look? Any bubbles?
No, not too. Oh, a little bit. Only in parts. It's going to be under the ground though.
It may be a little slab, but it is a very exciting thing.
Yeah, I thought of having like proper aircon in there. It's going to be so good. We've obviously just got like a little portable unit in there at the moment, and don't get me wrong, it's better than having nothing, but yeah, it's noisy and it's definitely not as good as having just more controlled temperature. Anyway, I don't know what these marks are on the top, where they've come from.
I don't know, blame the craftsman.
See when it dries out. So that's everything reassembled. I've just been filling areas like this where these different pieces join, just because I don't want water to seep into there and make it rot. Just need to sand it all down, as well as all of these surfaces, because this is rough sawn timber that we've used here, and yeah, it is very rough. So the fact that this is a handrail, I want this to be nice and smooth, so sand this one down and sand this one down as well. It looks like I've just slathered peanut butter all over this. Yummy. I was planning on routering the edges of this just to get it really nice and curved, but the more I sand it, I just don't know if it's worth it. Maybe I'll just sand and just kind of reduce the corner to make it a bit smoother. Does it need to be completely curved? I don't know. Let's get a second opinion.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. Please repeat.
Okay, second opinion, void. It's my way and that's that. Right, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to smooth them off. That's all the edges now rounded off, and then I've just given it a pass over quickly with a 320 grit paper, so it's now super smooth, super soft and slick. I think there's only one way really to test its smoothness. Woo-hoo! Smooth, baby. What do you reckon? It's quite dark, isn't it? With that being said, when it dries and when it goes on, it's nowhere near that dark. We definitely didn't anticipate doing something quite dark on this building. However, the more we looked into things, the darker the colour you go, the better it is for the UV protection. And here, we need a lot of UV protection. So we've kind of gone for a medium, a nice balance. Just like everything in life, you need a bit of balance. It is going to absolutely change the way this cabin looks. As to be expected, it's going to be another hottie today, so I'm going to be doing everything I can to avoid that sun, just to make sure the stain dries properly. Okay, I take back what I said before. This is not a compromise at all. I am loving this. Seeing it en masse, you can really see how much warmth it gives to the cabin, and it's completely blending it in with the environment. Loving it. Big thumbs up. Go on, give that a rub. Nice, isn't it?
It's really nice. Makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just rounding off those edges.
Obviously, I didn't.
Oh.
A bit of sap.
Yeah, just a little.
I didn't router the edges in the end, but I think it's fine.
What? So that was just freehand?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. They're the skills I'm talking about.
I have actually stained one side.
Oh, really?
Do you want to see it?
I do, but I'm going to hold off until you've done at least two sides so I can get the aspect.
A bigger reveal.
A bigger reveal is what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Delayed gratification.
Just get on painting.
I've grossly underestimated how long this is going to take. In my mind, it was just like painting a wall, but in reality, nothing about this is flat. You have to work it into all the cut ends on the openings for the doors and the windows, and then you have to really push it into the area of the tongue that's exposed, because that part is rough. So you really have to poke it and soak it to get it to go evenly on that area. Yeah, I've still got this tricky bit up here over the ramp to do. I'm just debating whether I want to get the scaffold back out or not, whether I'll just try and do it on a ladder. Well, there you go, that's two sides done. You like it?
No. I love it.
All right, Simon Cowell.
Oh yeah, it looks really nice. I'm actually really chuffed about the colour. I was really sceptical if we were going to like this as much as the naked pressure treated wood colour, but I personally really like it.
Yeah,
way more.
I do as well. It blends in.
Yeah.
So I stopped filming quite abruptly at the end of the day yesterday because as I went to open another can of the stain, I noticed something. Can you see that? I can use a pistol. As you can tell, I'm very excited. So I dashed out and grabbed me one of these. I'm really hoping this is going to work. The one that we bought and did the tester for could only be applied with a brush and a roller. So then when we got this other one, the thought didn't even cross my mind to see if that one could be sprayed. So could have saved myself a load of work. With that being said, still don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm really hoping it will. It doesn't say anything about watering it down for the spray gun, but it feels very thick. I'm not convinced that it won't clog the gun, but we shall find out. I've backed you guys up a bit and zoomed right in because I have no idea how much overspray there's going to be on this. This is just the settings out the box, so let's see. No instructions with this gun, so I've got zero idea of what does what. I'm guessing one controls the air, one controls the fluid. Well, it's working, but it is coming through nowhere near thick enough. I mean, color-wise, looks absolutely fine, but I had to do so many more passes of this than I really should. When it works properly, it should soak it everywhere, and it didn't do that. So I'm going to attempt to water it down. Hopefully it does the job because I'm desperate to use this gun and save some time. Nope, it's definitely too thick. Aye. Okay, I've gone to extreme measures. I'm just going to bought myself another gun. This one, however, the cup sits on the top, so squeeze through the gate. Whereas the one that I've got is having to suck the stain up. This one is gravity fed, so hopefully it's going to make a bit of a difference. I'm not prepared to go back to the brush yet. I've got a taste for the gun. I just know how much time it's going to save me, even with all of this fannying around, toing and froing. I just want to try and get it working. Well, it's much better. This overlap isn't great, but I think we've got a winner, so we'll see how we get on. Oh, I give up. I don't know if it's the stain is too thick. I don't know if I've got the wrong type of gun, but whatever I'm trying to do, it's not working. So I'm admitting defeat, and I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Me and my brush, let's get to it. There we go, 30 odd spindles, the handrails, all the posts, all done now. It's the part I've been looking forward to the least, just because it's so fiddly, but it is looking lovely. Also, I realised when I was doing that in my partly annoyed, partly disheartened state of mind about the sprayer, I didn't actually tell you why I gave up on it. So it was basically just not spraying evenly. It's made a bit of a mess of it, and there was just so much wastage. So to give you an example, those two small areas that I did with the sprayer, it used about a third of this can. Now I've gone and done with a brush the rest of that entire side, which is the majority of it, as well as all of those spindles and the handrails and everything, and it's used even less than what it used in the sprayer. So it would have cost me a small fortune to carry on using that and just wasting on that scale. So now the final job of the day is to stain the ramp and the deck at the top. And then I need a bit of a break because using the brush to work it into all the little nooks and crannies is quite tiring on the hand, and I am starting to develop a bit of a claw.
Nothing can stop the claw!
There we go, the cabin has got a nice fresh look. Quite looks really nice with the dappled sun on it. What am I doing here? Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. But yeah, we're both really happy with it. What do you guys think? Did we make the right choice?
I'm just glad that we got away with it without a tester.
Yes, me too. But yeah, we're gonna leave you here. I'm poopled. Poopled? Pooped/pootled. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one.